Hello, my name is Ioanna Pagoni, and in this lecture I will talk to you about active mobility focusing on bike sharing in touristic destinations. First of all, let's see the benefits of bike sharing. Apart from improving individuals' physical and mental health and well-being, bike sharing has several benefits for mobility and the environment. People who use bike-sharing systems might use them instead of their personal cars or getting a taxi to travel around their area. This reduces traffic congestion in the area while also decreases emissions and creates a culture of eco-friendly and green city. Bike sharing is a sustainable mode for people to access public transport services, thus improving the whole mobility offer. But the most special characteristic of bike sharing is the idea of sharing. By sharing, individuals can use bicycles on an on-demand basis without bearing the costs and responsibilities of owning a bike. Thus, such schemes allow people who may not otherwise use bikes to enjoy the benefits of cycles, whether they are tourists or local. Bike sharing has seen a significant increase during the last years, rising from only 5 systems in 2000 to over 2,000 systems in 2019. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 led to many closures as mobility needs and habits changed around the world. But as shown in this figure, during the first half of 2021, we had a recovery with 3 times more openings than closures. This indicates that even after these great challenges faced during the COVID-19 pandemic, bike-sharing systems appeared as a strong and resilient means that can offer sustainable mobility to locals and tourists. This map indicates the spread of the current bike-sharing systems around the world, where we see a concentration of the systems in Europe, in America, and especially North America, as well as in Eastern Asia. Now we will focus our presentation on Greece, where based on the latest statistics in 2021, we had 27 active bike-sharing systems widely spread around Greece, ranking the country in the 12th position among several countries around the world. As you see in the map, most of these systems are implemented in several touristic destinations, both in the mainland of Greece, but also in several Greek islands such as Rhodes, Limnos, Crete and Syros. Almost all of these systems are operated by municipalities, while only 10% are operated by private companies. In addition, all of the systems in Greece share features of the third-generation bike-sharing systems, meaning that they can be borrowed from an automated docking station and can be returned at another station that belongs to the same system. In addition, smart technology is used for checking in and checking out in all these bike-sharing systems. One desired characteristic of bike sharing is its proximity to public transport stations, so that combined together they can offer an improved and integrated mobility covering the first and the last mile of the trip. Unfortunately, this integration is not available in many cases in Greece, since, for example, only 11% of the stations in Athens are located near high-demand metro stations. A recent research conducted for bike sharing in Greece concerned the analysis of the performance of bike sharing in three Greek cities, in Igoumenitsa, in Chania and in Rhodes, comparing the periods before, during and after the general lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. All 3 cities are tourist destinations attracting many tourists every year. For this purpose, the researchers used actual data from a bike sharing system in Greece. As indicated in the figures, in all cases, the level of usage of bike sharing was significantly increased during the lockdown period compared to the situation before the lockdown and the pandemic in general. The authors also revealed that people used bike-sharing bicycles not only for leisure trips, but also in order to move for their daily needs. Another study that has been conducted in Greece regarding cycling is related to a real-life experiment that took place in Chios Island. Chios is an island located in North Aegean with 52,000 population and thousands of tourists every year. One of the characteristics of the island is the increased use of cars, while its morphology with uphill routes, narrow roads and limited visibility make the roads not ideal for cycling. The aim of this study was to promote active transportation in the island, where we have limited public transportation services, and they also wanted to raise the environmental consciousness of people. For this purpose, the participants were given access to the use of an electric bicycle for 5 days, and the researchers then wanted to see whether this temporary change would change the behavior of people towards cycling. Apart from using the bicycles, the participants took part in several questionnaire surveys before, during and after their experience with their electric bikes. The results of this study revealed that there are 3 different population segments with different travel styles. We have Class 1, which included potential cyclists, Class 2 comprised of existing bike users, while Class 3 included people who loved using their cars. The experiment seemed to be successful in promoting sustainable mobility, since half of them stated that they would consider decreasing the number of trips performed with motorized transport modes. In addition, the results showed that after the experiment, all classes increased the use of cycling for their trips. However, as expected, the lowest increase was observed within Class 3, which included car lovers. Finally, a recent survey which was conducted in Greece surveyed existing users of bike sharing in Greece with the aim to analyze their experience and identify the factors that would affect their choices for bike sharing. In these surveys, we engaged 200 people who had used bike sharing in Greece. As you see in the map, most of the respondents were users of the systems located in Rhodes and Chania and Nafplio. All of these destinations are major tourist destinations in Greece. One of our interesting findings was that a large percentage of these participants, almost 80%, had used bike sharing for leisure trips, indicating the potential of bike sharing within the tourist destinations. In addition, the respondents were asked to reply in a series of Likert scale questions regarding their attitudes toward cycling and their preferences of bike sharing characteristics. It was interesting to see that the existing infrastructure, such as the availability of bike lanes and cycling parks, would contribute to the promotion of bike sharing and cycling in general. The results of our survey also indicated that real-time information regarding available bicycles at the stations and public transport services close to the stations, as well as offering reward schemes as part of the bike sharing system, would encourage people towards bike sharing. Thank you very much for your attention.